Yeah. I just got back from it. We were going to the roller rink, and I did a whole bunch of cool shit there.
Oh, nice. You do a lot of IRL, huh?
Yeah. I tried to. It's very difficult.
Really? Do people call?
Nah. It's the reason why it's difficult is I'm reliant 100% on 4G and shit. I'm thinking about getting into
Oh,
that.
like the connection is bad.
Yeah, it's rough. Sometimes I'll have perfect connection. Other times it will have like 800 bit rate.
Oh, Jesus, I see. So you're like, it's like when they were on the RV. You're just like dropping in and out a
Yeah.
lot.
But the difference between me and the fish tank RV is that they should know what they're doing. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They're professionals, supposedly.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't. I want to do an IRL backpack, but I don't want to pay $2,000 for that bullshit. So
Yeah, that shit seems like I've seen some people with those, and it seems like a crazy setup. They've got like a phone with like
yeah.
fucking 50 different wires coming out of it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's like
And
they
what
got
is in
battery.
the backpack? Like battery backups and
Yeah.
like.
There's a lot going on with it. Really, it depends on from person to person. But from what I understand, there is a router. There's like
Oh wow.
yeah, there's routers, there's power banks. Sometimes there's a computer, so they can like make it look really good on the phone. Because they're basically just using their phone as an external camera, and a lot of people just have their
Yeah.
laptop in the backpack and they just stream as they usually would, but on the road.
That's great. I didn't know people did that. That's insane.
Yeah. No, it's not complicated, but I'm still too stupid to figure it out. So
Yeah, I mean, get it, and it's expensive too. I totally understand that.
well, that's the thing. It's like it's not that expensive from what I understand. It's just
Oh,
that
really?
they're taking advantage of people who don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah. So they sell it. So
Yeah,
it's like
I've heard you can make the setup for around
to
$500 to
test out.
$800.
But you got to know what you need exactly, and
Yeah.
I get it. So yeah, I guess this podcast is just gonna be me and you talking about Fish Tank. Probably season 3. We'll probably start talking about like season 3.
Yeah, of course.
Because I know you watched most of it, and obviously I watched most of it too, and I was there.
I watched most of it. I lived most of it.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, and I think hey, my cat's screaming at me. We have a good rapport.
Yeah.
I was trying to make a document, but it was going kind of retardedly. So I think I'm just gonna this first episode, I did that tweet asking people what they wanted us to talk about.
Yeah.
So I'm probably just gonna go down the list and just like read some of them, and we can discuss. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah, of course.
That's totally chill, I think. And probably for future episodes we'll have more. I'll just try to prepare more, I guess, and have
Yeah.
like.
No, I get it. It's a lot to take on your plate. I'm not an interviewer and I'm not a podcaster.
Yeah, I'm not
so.
much of an interviewer. I mean, I guess I can be an interviewer, but
Yeah.
I've been doing my court ordered community service.
Yeah, I saw that. What they got you doing?
The past week. I've been picking up trash.
Soup kitchen?
Help, yeah, kind of, yeah, that type of place, yeah. And I've been just like working in the kitchen, basically preparing food.
I saw like a little picture of you with the apron. I'm like, they got him doing some kind of food thing.
Yeah, it was really chill, honestly. Everybody's really nice. I was kind of worried going into it that it would be like
a bunch of
they would run it like the Navy.
Yeah.
Maybe on my ass, but honestly, everybody's really nice, and it feels nice to help the less fortunate and just to contribute a little bit.
Yeah.
I guess I give to the community, and I also take away.
Did you see Brian out down there?
I know. I saw that he got freaking engaged.
I know. Did you see CK's been going crazy about it?
Yeah. I think she's like insane.
Yeah, no, she's definitely on that crazy pill.
Yeah. So the first thing that I have the most liked, I guess, response was: are you allowed to talk about what happened? Why you didn't come back? Did you personally root for or against any of the fish? And what else? And should Fish Tank have fans or normies? And I guess I can get into like why I didn't come back, and that was because I was supposed to go back into the house, but when they had to leave the house, they obviously they were taking an RV to
Yeah, yeah.
Vegas.
It was very spur of the moment because I was wondering about
Yeah,
that too. You said you were coming back, then you never came back.
yeah, it was not the plan. For them to obviously do the RV thing. Obviously, like I see a lot of people on Twitter that are like, "That's so stupid," blah blah blah. It's like, well, why they didn't want to do that? Like, obviously, they
Yeah,
didn't want to do that. Nobody wants to fuck up their own show,
yeah, yeah.
and like they couldn't monetize that really at all. It's like obviously they didn't want to do that, and that was
Yeah, it
not
was
the
a very
plan.
complicated situation. It's very in the dark, but as far as I'm aware, as a watcher, it was a zoning issue. But maybe you can give a
Yeah,
little
there was some sort
context.
of issue. I don't know, and I probably even if I did, I wouldn't talk about it. But
Yeah,
or I couldn't talk about it. But yeah, they didn't want to leave the house. Obviously, that was not the plan. And I wanted to go back, but I also like just like I had stuff to do here, so I couldn't fly to Vegas
yeah, yeah,
for like a day or two. It just
yeah.
didn't work out.
Yeah, people were
And
telling me the entire season that I should just go crash their party. I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not just gonna
yeah,
show
no,
up at the door.
absolutely not. That's insane. Yeah, you can't do that.
I'm like, I respect them enough to know that if they need me, they'll call me.
Oh yeah, of course. If they need you, they'll call, and it's never you can never just show up.
Yeah, yeah,
That's for crazy people. And the next one was: did you personally root for or against any of the fish? I thought that Bert should have won.
yeah.
Obviously, Bert like put in the most out of anybody. He was the content
He
for
was.
the majority of the season. I would say. I don't know if I was. I guess I was rooting for him. Yeah, I
Yeah.
wanted Bert to win.
He had
Bert was the one I had the most fun interacting
he
with
had a
too.
lot of balls the very first day to get up in front of the camera and just start jerking it, bro. And it sounds like his balls
Yeah,
needed it because he
yeah,
was
bro.
always doing that shit.
He was doing that shit 24/7. I mean, he was like, yeah, that was
That
insane.
was a lot of gusto.
And there is the Bert thing where now he's saying that it was all a bit or whatever, and I don't know if I don't oh I do know I don't buy that. I
Yeah.
think he's doing a little he's kind of covering his ass, I guess, for some of the crazy stuff he was doing. But I don't think that he was doing a bit the whole time, or
Yeah.
that I don't think he's was quite as aware as he says he was, which I get. I mean, if I
I
was that guy and I was like jacking off on camera
yeah.
and doing stuff like that, I wouldn't,
I do
you know.
believe that he was playing it up at a certain point, but
Yeah,
I feel the exact same way. I'm like, yeah, I could see you like being self aware and playing into it at a certain point, but at the same time, the very first day you saw like the cameras, we know they're very obvious, and when they
yeah.
knew
There's
they were at a
cameras in
show,
every room, and they're very clearly there.
like
Yeah,
they didn't know they were being live streamed, but
but obviously
like,
people are watching the cameras. I
that's
mean,
a
somebody's watching
that's a
them.
lot of gusto to be like, hey, I'm gonna jerk off in bed and be butt ass naked for the editors to deal with.
Yeah, yeah. The people in the basement watching me oil my ass in 5 different mirrors.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. For me, it's like
yeah.
when I was on the show, I was so worried about any of the cameras catching me doing something I didn't want them to see. So I mean, he was just
Yeah,
coming right into
of
it.
course. That's how most people are, and I think Bert is a little. He's bullshitting a little bit.
A little, yeah.
Just a little bit, Um, the next post I see is my original involvement compared to now. How you felt about the original versus what it has become? Um, I think the first season things were they didn't know not that they didn't know what they were doing, but it was obviously nobody had done anything like that before. So they were just kind of doing everything on the fly, trying to figure out how to make the show, how to film the show. And also there was a lot of concerns about like legal stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
It was very, very they were not happy that I was not even touching people, but like any kind of physical contact was frowned upon, which
I
I
went out the
totally
door on this
understand.
one.
Yeah, and then season 2 and 3, people were like wrestling with people and like fighting and punching and all that shit. I think the show has grown a lot in terms of audience and just they know what they're doing now, and it's totally different. And I felt like this
Absolutely.
season was season 3 was really good for me, just for me personally, because the Wild Randy thing was like set up
Oh
perfectly
yeah.
when I entered the house. That
Uh
was like stuff. I think there should be not maybe not every season, but there could be a setup like that every season where the most unhinged individual has like a TTS person like beefing with
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Like,
Bro. But during blood games and stuff, there was so much anticipation that you would have been Wild Randy, but clearly you had something going
yeah,
on at the moment.
yeah. I was not. I wanted to. Honestly, I was hoping that I would get the call to be on blood games, but because I really wanted to see everybody, obviously, and work with Xavier because he's like
Oh yeah, he would
he's
have
done
been
a ton
great.
of edits for me, and it just didn't work out, I guess, but it was I enjoyed watching it for sure. Yeah, a lot of people are asking, should the cast be fans or people who have no idea? I think it's obviously way better with people who aren't fans. People who are fans are not. I don't know. I think people forget how lame the beginning, not the beginning of season 2, but once everybody was like outed as fans, like that kind of sucked.
I mean, I've seen I
Um,
see it as a very, very just straight laced kind of person. I vibe with the sentiment that I think it should be like a half thing because since fans kind of know what's going on when they go in, they're much less likely to push back. And as you saw with your involvement on season 2, they're less likely to bend if they don't know what's going on. So I think it's good to have
yeah.
a couple
Yeah,
people in
I
the
agree. Well,
know.
just if the problem, I guess, is that fans. I think if they out themselves as fans,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
bad. And if they're also just like fanning out, like Haley soy facing the whole
Oh yeah.
time, and like they're following Sam from room to room.
Yeah, if we're going on that aspect, then absolutely not. But I'm saying, like, you need
Yeah,
to have
I
somebody
don't.
who's willing to get abused.
Yeah, absolutely. That part of it is really can be really funny, but I don't the worshiping of Sam and like following him around and stuff just gets old as like a viewer. It's like I don't know, it's kind of like tiresome, I guess. And I'm sure he doesn't like it either. Everybody's trying to like make eye contact with him
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
time and like glancing
yeah.
at
I'm
him.
sure that takes away a lot of the power of the dynamic. It's like you
Yeah, the
can't.
dynamic it's just weird.
Yeah, yeah. He's trying to be like this authority figure, but you're just like, oh, oh, oh.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a little awkward, I think, and I think that's what I liked about season 3 is that they didn't know who Sam was, and they were I don't know, the famous house stuff was really funny.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think there was definitely a lot of stuff. It was definitely a lot tamer than I feel like it should have been. I feel like they could have brought a
Yeah,
little more grit to it, but I do understand that one. It
with
was
the
a whacked out season. Like they kind of got a lot of their plans fucked up, and also they're dealing with normies who are very very sensitive.
yeah, extremely sensitive, and like what they did the fish tank reveal, and like two people, I think LaRon and Alexis left,
Yeah, yeah,
and now LaRon is like on Twitter dick riding because he's because
yeah,
he's probably upset that he left. He realized how
yeah.
popular the show was when he got out, and he's like, "Oh shit!" So I quit.
I
For
mean,
the
give him credit. At least he's kind of reestablished his image after the fact. Like he was
yeah, no, he does a good job interacting with people on Twitter,
like
and,
he
and
was
I think he's
annoying as
funny.
fuck on the show, but I'm actually starting
Yeah,
to come around
he's
to him because he's
beefing with
funny now.
Dunye. Dunye's beefing with him. I kind of wish that him and Dunye got to interact on the show.
Yeah, for real. No,
And,
that would have been
um,
crazy. The crash of the gays.
yeah, the little gay boys from the projects,
yeah,
as they call themselves, beefing would have been probably very funny.
yeah. Did you hear that? LeBron is trying to like accept Alex's invitation to fight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. But
Alex
Alex ain't gonna do
Alex
shit.
B?
Yeah,
Alex B is the big. All he does is yap, dude.
I
He's
know.
and he doesn't know how to use Twitter or Instagram, which is really funny.
Yeah.
He's like streaming and doing all the shit, but he's posting fucking screenshots of his notes app instead of directly linking, which is like so retarded.
Yeah, yeah. I like him. I like him for the fact that he's a perfect. He's the perfect template of a lol cow, so I know what to avoid.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He's just so like he's showing his age a little bit with how lost he is with all this online stuff and how like his Discord is like full of people who are not They're like, I don't know. They're not really his fans, but he's too retarded to pick up on it,
Yeah, for sure.
which I think is really funny.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think LeBron and him are gonna fight. Alex is all talk.
No, he's all talk. That's all he does is just run his mouth. And I saw something where I think he mentioned that he keeps posting where he is because he wants me to show up.
Yeah. Wow,
Or
Randy, you
something.
better show up because we're gonna
You
show
better
you. We're gonna have
show
a
up,
showdown.
man.
We're gonna have a
Yeah,
showdown.
it's
You
like,
don't even know what's coming towards you, my man.
yeah, exactly. It's like, what are you gonna do, dude? Like, you want to fight me in real life, or like, I don't even know. Like, I don't know what he wants. I guess he wants attention, but
Yeah.
he. What did seeing Bert sniff your shoe make you feel, and did it change your opinion of him? It freaked me out, to be honest with you. It was. It was just like so like degenerate and like I don't know. It was creepy as fuck.
Oh
Because
yeah, for sure.
I was just sleeping and I woke up and I looked at my phone in the bathroom and I saw that. Obviously, a bunch of people tagged me in it. And I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what the fuck is going? This guy
But the real
is.
question is, what do your feet smell like? They
My
want to
shoes
know.
stink. My shoes stink bad.
Are they like a Rance's garbage or are they corn chippy?
It's not rancid. I thought I had one right here, but I don't know where they are. They're not rancid. They're just like I've been wearing them like daily for probably over a year.
Yeah, I always just call it the
Just-
corn chip smell. It's like
yeah,
it's weird. It's kind of weird but good. But at the same time, it's like you would never admit to being like you don't talk about your own sense.
yeah, absolutely, yeah. And it is a corn chip smell, and it's definitely probably if you're like Bert and you love stinky feet, it's probably like the greatest thing ever.
I mean, he likes
And,
pretzels. That's pretty close.
yeah, yeah. It was honestly seeing it was very. It was kind of not. I don't want to say I was expecting that, but
But what
having
about the
watched
moan?
Bert on the show, what'd you say?
I said, but what about the moan?
Yeah, the moaning, saying my name. It was kind of what I was expecting because I went in with the plan of seducing Bert, and before I went in, I guess we should talk about like my plans like leading up to the show. So I watch the show pretty
Shoot it.
religiously, and I also have I had somebody who I guess I could say that I had AB made a document
Yeah.
for me with
Fish
all
Tank
the
Digest now.
yeah, they do a great job on that. It is like must watch if you're following the
Mhm.
show because there's just so much stuff that you miss. But
Also,
they
shout
were
out to
watching, and
Cucumber
they
Feet.
had a Google Drive, a Google document for me with every fish's like triggers and their weaknesses and like what sets them off, what
That's
they
great.
like. Yeah, what they just. I think the next episode that me and you do will be